Hello, beautiful being. Welcome to In Her Dreams and welcome to your reading. I'm so grateful that you're taking time to tune in to see what messages are flowing in from Spirit for you. Ashe. Thank you, Divine. Alright, so in meditation earlier, Divine did bring through a message for you, and it's one of comfort and reassurance. Divine says that whatever is meant for you to experience on your path through creation, union, attraction, manifestation, however it is that you're meant to experience a divine blessing, you will experience it, and nobody can destroy that for you. Okay? Nobody. You are a very blessed and beautiful being, and a lot of people see your potential. And when they see that, they sense it, they start sniffing it out. They want it for themselves. Or either if they feel like they can't siphon it away from you for themselves or harvest your energy, then a lot of times they just want to block it. They want to block your blessings, okay? Whether that's through rituals, chaos magic, manipulation, gossip, whatever. People have a whole lot of tricks, but Divine says that those tricks ain't got nothing on your divine protection, okay? So what is meant for you to experience in this lifetime, it will manifest for you in divine timing. Divine just wants you to remain in your high vibe state and to continue to focus on your path, what's truly meant for you. And Divine says they've got the rest. They will handle the rest, okay? All right, beautiful being. I love that message when it came through. So I was like, yes, let's share it, Spirit. Okay, let's get a couple cards for the overall energy of your reading. Thank you, Divine. What do you have for this beautiful being? Manifestation. All of your manifestations are blessed and divinely protected. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about it. A song came through, Walking on a Dream by Empire of the Sun, I think it is. It's a good song. I like it. It's good to dance to too. But it talks about love and the beauty of it. So whether you are manifesting love in your life, or you're manifesting abundance in your life, or you're manifesting a certain level of abundance that you want to receive through a creative endeavor or a business, or if you're manifesting a union within your family or in your home, whatever it is, if it's divinely meant for you, there is no one and nothing that can stop it. Okay? Now, if you're manifesting a union with someone, listen to that song, Walking on a Dream. It's really good, okay? And pay attention to the lyrics, too, if you feel led. If you feel led. I like it, though. It was the first song I heard this morning, and I was like, oh, that's a message. All right, closure. There's something that you're letting go of because Divine says it's time for something else. Okay? It's time for something else. And sometimes closure can feel a little off-putting, a little scary, because it feels like something that's gone. It feels like a void that's there. But Divine says that whatever it is that you're releasing, there's going to be something else that is meant for you and that is at your frequency. It's at an appropriate frequency for where you are right now. There are some things that you're having to let go of because you came into union with that person or with that idea or with that, you manifested that job or that relationship or whatever it was at a time where you were in a different place. And so now you're moving differently. There are certain things that cannot come along with you into this new phase that you're moving into, which isn't even really a phase, it's an era. This is your era that you're coming into. And not everyone and not everything can come along. Justice. You know, the first thing that I'm thinking of here is karma. There are beings around you that are going to experience karma, and you're not going to perhaps delight in everything that you see happening around you. There are some people that you have come to care about and perhaps love, and you are going to witness them experiencing karma, justice for what they have done to you and for what they have done to others that was completely unreasonable. They did not act in dignity and they did not act in truth. And so the scales will be balanced. You're going to witness this. Some of the karma of the people around you is going to be experienced behind closed doors. You might not see everything. You'll feel it because you're intuitive. But some of this stuff is going to be in your face. And that's one reason why Divine is encouraging you to embrace closure, because you weren't meant to rescue these people as you are witnessing them going through their karma. You're not supposed to rescue them. This is what they need to work out and experience and learn from. We've got Samaritan there and Judge. So yeah, with Samaritan, I'm getting that you're a very helpful person. You're a very supportive person. And so you might want to support some of these people as they are going through their karma. But Divine says, let them be. Let them sit with justice. Okay? This is something that their soul is calling them to go through. Yeah, see? And we've got the scales of justice right there. Yeah, that's what this is about. You're going to see a lot of karma being played out. A lot of balance being restored. Some of this relates to the treatment of a child or of children. For some of you, and you'll know if this is your reading, please use your discernment, but for some of you, there is a person or people who have mistreated a child or children. Justice will be served. For some of these people, this is going to be through the legal system. But for everyone, it's going to be with the divine. They will have to square up with the divine regarding what they've done and how they have treated or mistreated young people around them or in their lives. There's something that you're being called to do regarding your creativity pertaining to art, whether this is music or writing, poetry, speaking, but through some creative expression, you are going to do your divine work. And Divine says to align with the energy of a child, with the purity, with the innocence, with your childlike nature, with your high hopes and sweet dreams. Allow yourself to create. Some of you will be creating and channeling messages and creative works of art that pertain to justice for children. Okay? Divine says that as you create, channel the energy of a child. That wonder, that feeling of wonder and amazement and magic. And for some of you, as you create, you'll connect with your own inner child. And it will be a time of healing for you as you create, while you let your inner child play. Okay? A wonderful time for creation. Alright, let's pull one of these and then I'll lay some tarot. Thank you, Divine. What other message do you have for this beautiful being? Truth be told. Yes, truth, justice. You're speaking on something very important. Something that needs to be understood. It needs to be noticed. I feel like for some of you, you're speaking on something that has been done in the dark. Look, with this justice, I don't know, maybe it's Lady Justice, but just with her clothing there, it looks like she's shedding light. It's almost like she has wings of light that she's shedding on something that was before in the darkness. You're shedding light on something. You're doing very important work. Divine wants you to know that. And Divine does not want you to forget that. What you're doing is very, very important. And there are children that you may never meet, but their souls thank you for the work that you're doing. Whatever it is that you're shedding light on, that you're bringing to light, you're assisting the souls of people that you may never even meet. But they thank you. Okay, thank you, Spirit. You're saying to go with the traditional tarot here. Divine, what conflict or situation do we need to get clarity on for this beautiful being? Ah, and look at what's at the bottom of the deck. Justice. And I want these two as well. I'm taking these. I'm taking them. Wow. You are doing something extremely important, but it doesn't feel easy. It feels kind of like the Ten of Wands. It feels like a burden. It feels like something that has caused you to maybe feel like you were out in the cold, like you weren't welcomed by someone or some group. Because you felt led. You feel led. This is a part of your divine calling to shed light on something that needs to be exposed about children. 1414 on the timer. You're bringing temperance to a situation. You're bringing balance to a situation. I'm hearing to an epidemic. To an epidemic. This is something that's systemic. This is something that's going on within the matrix that people have become so accustomed to hearing about that it's like, oh, it's just that. Yeah, that's too bad, right? But you're a being that says, I can't sleep knowing that this is being done. I can't eat knowing that this is being done. And that doesn't mean that you're not supposed to be at peace, but what that means is that you're built different, okay? You're built different. Yes, you can cultivate peace within you no matter what, a peace that passes all understanding, ashe, yes. But you also cultivate your peace by working for justice, by knowing that you're doing your soul's work. That gives you a sense of peace to be able to enjoy your life. And what's coming through with that message that just came through there is Divine says to allow yourself to be at peace, whether you have done as much work for the day as you intended to do or not. Give yourself grace, because truth seekers like yourself sometimes can become workaholics, you know? And so you have this deep desire to see that justice is manifested for every living, breathing being on this earth. But that is something that cannot be done in a day or in a week or in a year. And you know that more than anyone else, because whatever this is that you're assisting with on this mission of justice, you know that it takes time. You know that it takes an incredible amount of effort and research and dedication. But Divine wants you to have peace at all times, to nurture your peace. Okay? I see that you are so motivated here with the Chariot, and this is motivation that is in alignment with your divine purpose. There are archangels that support you and that clear that path for you to move forward as you seek justice for children, or for for this reading, this pertains to injustice regarding children, okay? But you might work with a different group, okay? So you might identify with justice and truth seeking, but you might not work with children. But what's coming through for this particular reading is a collective that works on behalf of children, okay? So I wanted to start with those because they came out last, but they were biggies and they caught my eyes. So there's something here that has been blocking you. It is a force. This 9 of Wands, it's like a barrier between you and the truth. And that barrier is 7 of Cups. It's illusion. You're here to break through illusions, to see through illusions. Also, there are rituals that have been done with whatever it is that you're working on. There are illusions that have been set up by dark magicians who want to keep things hidden from the public. They want the public to see what they want shown, but not the truth of what actually happens. With the Page of Wands here, beside the Ace of Wands, I am seeing that you are fighting for justice for children regarding, it could be human trafficking, sex trafficking. For some of you, you're working on a smaller scale. It's something that's more personal to you, where you are aware of a child that has been harmed, perhaps has suffered abuse. There is a child here that's coming through that has been mistreated as a result of ritualistic ceremonies. This could be a child that was offered up for sacrifice, for a cult. This could be a child who was or has been abused or mistreated within a home environment, with the Ten of Pentacles here. But there is a group that has been committing crimes against children. With this wand here, right beside the Magician, I see that this definitely involves rituals that have been done. Someone has used their wand in a very inappropriate way to wield energy against a child. Now, for some of you, this is like an occult. Okay, with the Ten of Pentacles there, this is a cult that is committing crimes against children. For some of you, this is a specific child with this Page of Wands that you know that some sort of injustice has been committed against, some sort of abuse. But it was done intentionally against this child. And for some of you, this is a child that you know has been abused within a home environment. And for many of you, there is not only a ritualistic or spiritual connection here where a child's energy was siphoned, but for many of you, it pertains to sexual abuse as well. Now I understand why it came through that sometimes you feel like, you know, you may have felt like your eating habits were affected by this, like you couldn't eat, you didn't have the peace that you needed to go to sleep at night, because you are aware of something so tragic that has been done. Divine says to protect your peace. Protect your peace, because the children who depend on you need you to be healthy and need you to be strong. Okay? So please nurture your own energy. Tell us more about this situation, Divine. Wow. So there's something that someone was holding against you because you were speaking out. They saw you as a source of conflict because you spoke out against someone or something, whoever it was in your life who is mistreating children or mistreating a specific child. They used energetic manipulation in order to try to quiet you. They wanted you bound. They may have attacked your relationship. They may have tried to quiet you by wreaking havoc on your relationship. They could have done this energetically. Or they may have sent threats to you in order to keep you quiet. They know that you are more than able to do this work, because there's something that they've already seen you do where they know your strength, they know your intelligence, they know that you are able to successfully fight on behalf of justice and truth, especially for the sake of children, if that is your particular mission. Divine sees you as an absolute sweetheart. They honor the work that you do. And they're blessing you. Your spirit allies are blessing you because they've tried to harm you regarding your relationship. They've tried to cause strife or tension between you and your lover, because they see that this is a source of strength for you. It's something that you deserve to have. It's something that is within your destiny to experience love. And so they figured, well, in order to keep them quiet, we'll hit them where it hurts the most. And so for some of you, this is what you've been going through, is complete and total manipulation of your romantic relationship or partnership, because they wanted to stop you. They wanted to create this Five of Pentacles for you where you felt like you were out in the cold. So this cult or this family that is completely dysfunctional and harms children, they wanted to keep you quiet, and they thought that the best way to do that was to attack your relationship. Divine says that you will receive restoration for everything that has been taken away from you. You will receive your worthy harvest because you have been helping and assisting so much. For some of you, you've been helping energetically. You've been using your spiritual gifts in order to break down energetically the strength of this cult or this family that harms children. Or you've been sending healing energy to the children that you've wanted to help. You're seen here as the Ice Queen because you have logic, you have a sound mind, and you have the intelligence that's needed to assist with this situation. Whatever expectations you have of yourself or someone else has of you, if you're working with someone else on this mission, you have exactly what it takes and you will meet the mark. Divine says to use divination in order to help you. If you are investigating something in order to help a child or help these children, use your skills of divination. If you have cards, if you read, however you tap into energy, Divine says to use your divination skills to help you with your investigations. Since you've already been attacked with this energetic manipulation, Divine is bringing through a reminder of spiritual hygiene to cleanse your tools, bless them, make sure that you are keeping them high vibe so that your reads are accurate. Because there are people who want you to bring inaccurate information, but you never will. You are on point. You're accurate. Divine is saying that there may be someone who would try to call you out and challenge you, but don't back down because you are accurate. That's coming through very clearly. Divine says that you have accurate information regarding these situations. Okay. Let me get a little more on the specific situation or what you've been up against with this. Yeah, it could be something online with the world there. I feel like what you're investigating could be a whole network of people. You're tapping into something deeper. It's almost as if like every time you find something else out, you're peeling off another layer, and you're realizing that it goes deeper and deeper and deeper than what you originally assumed it may have been. Divine says that this is your opportunity. This is your opportunity to do what you came to this earth to do. They said if you knew the power that you hold in your hand. It's something about your hands as well. Perhaps you're able to sense energy through your hands. You might go into, if you do investigative work, you might be able to sense energy through your hands. When you go and observe an area or investigate something, you might be able to just touch something and see what comes through to you. Okay? This is going to help you because this fell right under the Sun card, this Ace of Pentacles. So using your sense of touch and your spiritual gifts overall is definitely going to help you as you uncover these details of what's been going on in this situation and beyond. Divine says this is only the beginning. This is only the beginning. That's another reason for the Ace of Pentacles there. This is only the beginning of your investigative work. For some of you, you've been doing this for quite a while, and this is just confirmation of your gifts and confirmation of the beautiful work that you do to assist these children, to assist these communities. I want to see more because what Spirit is bringing through is that you need to be taken care of because you do so much. You've been taking on a lot. So let me see. I want to see what negative energy has been sent your way, since I see that there has been energetic manipulation. You know what? Somebody's tried to infiltrate your space. That shocked me. And what I got was like a glimpse of like you in your home and somebody like messing with your windows or something, or like throwing rocks or pebbles at your windows or something just to kind of like mess with you. Maybe somebody tampering with something on your property. This is just a bullying tactic, something that they want you to feel like you have to back down because of. What energetic work has been done against this beautiful being in order to discourage them from their efforts? Revenge spells focused on causing harm or retaliating against someone who has wronged the practitioner, often with a focus on making them feel the same pain they caused. So you have unraveled a lot of things that people wanted to keep tied up, and that could be literal. You may be literally freeing hostages, okay? But I was speaking more figuratively about like lies that people want hidden. They want everything to remain hidden, and you're revealing things, and so that makes them uncomfortable, and so they've done these revenge spells. Attachment to the past, the inability to move on due to past trauma, regret, or emotional pain that continues to influence decisions and growth. And what's coming to me is that that is how they've tried to use and manipulate your love life. So they've sent spells to your love life, to your emotional connection to people, trying to keep you stuck in the past. Because if they can keep you overwhelmed with the emotional burden of any pain that you've experienced personally in your personal connections from the past, then you wouldn't have time to investigate these demonic beings who are going around harming children. They want to distract you. And what better way to distract a person than with their own pain? So these attachment spells, attachment to the past, okay? And then also silent binding spells, rituals done covertly to bind a person's will, keeping them stuck or under another's influence without their knowledge. So trying to keep you bound. Also, what's standing out to me there is silent. They may have done sort of like a tapaboca spell to try to keep you silenced so that you're not able to freely speak your truth. Also, this card is the color of the, well, right here, it's the color of the throat chakra. So Divine is saying to listen to some healing frequency music to bring healing energy to your throat chakra. And of course, you can use your crystals. I love blue lace agate for the throat chakra because it's very activating for the chakra, but it's also very soothing and calming, okay? Yeah. So there's definitely been spell work that has been sent your way, energies that have been used to influence you as you do your soul's work. So protect yourself, cleanse your energy. You can do cord cuttings. Cleanse your energy. You can use purification soap. I love Art of the Root. They're great. You can check out their website. So every time you take a shower, you can use purification soap. You can use an uncrossing soap and then replenish your energy with rose or something very high vibe, okay? Yeah. Because you have to, see, in order to do your soul's work to help children, you have to fight against, not literally, but you have to fight against and work against the adults who are planning against you because you get in the way of them doing what they want to do to these kids. So it's all about your protection. Okay? It's all about your protection. Let's pull from this deck. Yeah, you are highlighting, shining a spotlight on people who have made a whole bunch of bad choices. And they're angry about it. They're angry about it. They want to remain in the dark. All right, this says a situation's about to explode. About to pop off in flames. More on this, Spirit? This could take place in a hotel room. I feel like, you know what I'm getting? You remember the, if you've seen Selena? The scene where Selena goes to see Yolanda. And I believe that's where she ended her life. But she went there to have a discussion with her. So Divine is saying, because I feel like this explosive situation is going to happen between some people that have been combating you. I don't feel like they're coming for you, but protect yourself. If somebody says, you know, meet me here or whatever, I would suggest not doing it, or either making sure that you're protected and you've got backup or whatever you need in order to really protect yourself. But I feel like this situation that's about to explode, it's going to be between some people. It's like it's going to be their karma. Somebody that you have been investigating, they're about to meet their maker. They're going to get into it with someone. A situation is about to explode for them. Yeah, you see, because I hate nothing about you. This is not about something that's about to pop off for you. This is about justice happening for someone that you've already been looking into regarding what they've been doing to some children. They're about to get their karma. And you're not going to have to be the one that delivers it to them. What's coming through there is that this person has been involved in ongoing sex crimes. And they've also been involved in the negative energy that someone was sending to your love life. This is someone who had it out for you. They're not attacking you in this situation that's about to explode, but they're about to get theirs. You know what I mean? But they've been attacking your love life in order to get you to back off from this work that you've been doing. This is a copycat. So this is somebody who's been doing their crimes, but then also taunting you. Also, there's something that, there could have been something that you published, and they've been trying to speak about it negatively. Or they may have taken something that you published or put out there, and they edited it and misused it somehow. If you have a platform, maybe they created a copycat account, okay? But in some way, this person has been abusing the work that you do, and they've personally tried to combat you by sending negative energy to your love life, trying to get you to stop doing what you're meant to do. Completely toxic. I'm getting also that this person drinks. They, well, I mean, you know, it's okay to drink, but they drink too much, okay? They overindulge. They're very envious of you. So this is someone who has developed a very demonic attachment to you. So they're harming children, and they're angry at you for knowing what they do and for not remaining quiet about it and for seeking justice against it. And in the process of all of this, they become very envious. That's one reason why they attacked your love relationship. Because in their mind, they're like, well, if I distract them and get their love life to fail, then I'll be able to continue doing what I'm doing. But it was on a much deeper level that they just didn't want to see you happy, period, because they're envious of you. Depression. This person is extremely depressed. And what I'm getting is that, you know, like when you think about the Selena movie, Yolanda was not in a good place mentally when she met with Selena. This person is about to meet with somebody who is not going to be merciful to them. What I'm hearing is they owe them. They have a debt to pay. So if this person is involved in drugs or anything illegal, any sort of illegal activity for which they owe someone money, that's going to be their end. That's going to be their end. Perhaps they haven't paid this person back because they are so depressed. They're depressed because they don't have money. They don't have the money that they owe this person, and so they already know that their time's almost up. Because whoever it is that they are indebted to, this person has no mercy. And that's why this situation is about to turn deadly for this person. Yeah, somebody's having a light bulb moment, and that light bulb moment is about their karma that they're about to have to pay. Because remember, what Spirit first brought through was justice, justice, justice. What else, Spirit? Okay, yeah, light bulb moment again. This person is really having some deep realizations as to what they've actually done to themselves. Sudden realization. Yeah, okay, so this person has no squad. They want to reconcile. They want to reconcile. They might want to reconcile with you. Yeah, they see that as their lucky break. So this person has completely worked against you. But then they want to reconcile with you because they know that they have no one. Whatever squad they had before, people don't want to have anything to do with them anymore. So they need some sort of assistance in order to get a lucky break because they owe people money. The feds are on them too. Yeah, okay, the feds are on this person. The feds are on them. That's one reason why justice keeps coming through, is because the feds are on them. This person is being they're under surveillance. They're definitely under surveillance. This person is trying to pretend like they're spiritually awakened. This is in order to orchestrate some sort of lucky break as well. They feel like if they fake a relationship with the divine, that they'll sort of get rid of their karma. But karma does not work like that. This person has had some things repoed. Okay, whether it was a home foreclosure or a car that got repossessed. But they've definitely been failing to pay, to make their payments that they need to pay. Okay. This was very embarrassing for this person too. I'm seeing them at like a shopping area. Yeah, and when they came out of the store, the car was gone. This was very embarrassing for this person. What else, Spirit? Okay, so this is the second time that fire has come out. From the other deck, it said that something was about to explode. So the other person, this person who's been attacking you and working against you as you're doing your soul's work, is about to experience a very karmic explosion in their life that's going to happen because of what they have failed to stop doing. They failed to listen to any guidance, any wise guidance that they've received, which I feel that some of that has come from you. I do feel like you have communicated with this person, or they've heard something that you've said, or they've come across some information that you've put out there where they know that you are against what it is that they do. But this fuego is in a positive light, okay? Because this is about restoration of whatever has been done to your love life. With this person hexing your love connection, your love union, Divine says that there will be restoration for you because you have chemistry, you have intense passion, and things are heating up. Okay. What else, Spirit? Rebound. There may be a situation where, depending on how far this work went between you and your lover, there may have been a situation where you wanted to experience someone else. Perhaps it created a separation between you, and so you went to someone else, or that could have been your person who experienced something with someone else. There may have been lipstick evidence of someone going outside of the relationship. This may have affected your finances, okay, with penny pinching here. And with snack, there's an obsession, but I don't feel like this is within your relationship. I feel like this person who was working against you, it's like I'm seeing everything come full circle. It's like they wanted to create a wedge between you and your lover, so that caused some, like a domino effect between you and your lover. But then you turn around and there's a very obsessed strange person who was the cause of all of that, because they wanted to wreak havoc in your life because you were doing your soul's work. Divine, show me more about this beautiful being's love connection. I want to get more information on that for guidance. About this love connection. Mission statement. Blueprint or plan of action, laying out structure and purpose, truthful of goals, stating what you want. I really feel like there's good energy there, because the card that came through for that from this deck initially was Fuego. Things are heating up, intense passion. So it feels like what Divine is saying is that with all of this craziness that this psychotic person was sending your relationship, it's put like a bad, it's like put a layer of negativity over your relationship, but what's actually there at the foundation is good. So if you can get back to where you started, you know, I mean, it's completely up to you. You have to use your discernment, but what it feels like Divine is bringing through for the energy of this reading is that there's still beautiful energy there between you. It's just that, you know, a lot of times when people send chaos magic to a relationship, what they're actually doing is trying to influence how you feel about each other. And so you might look at the person and just be like, ugh, that's not really how you feel about them, but that's the illusion that's being caused by the energy that's being sent. So it feels like there are layers of illusions that have been placed over you and your person's view of each other, and that's just caused a lot of dissatisfaction and frustration. At the bottom of the deck here, progress, not perfection. So, you know, there could also, looking at the whole situation, there could have also been some arguments regarding your dedication to your work that you do for justice, you know, because if you started feeling frustrated about your relationship, perhaps you also felt a little bit, you know, you may have asked yourself, is it worth it for me to do this work if it's affecting my personal life this much? I mean, that's a reasonable question to ask. And I think anybody who is reflective would eventually consider that. But Divine is saying that your soul's work is so important and it's so beautiful what you do. But also Divine wants you to feel that sense of balance where you know that you're protected and you don't have to worry about some psychopath trying to ruin your life. And this happens. I mean, look at the example I used with Selena. But that's one reason why your energetic protection is so important. Divine says that with doing work like this, if you can, every morning, like if you wake up in the morning, I don't know what your sleep schedule is like, but if you wake up in the morning, protect yourself. Say an affirmation of protection, or light a candle, or do something that allows you to visualize energetic protection shielding you and your loved ones and your finances and your property from this nonsense. Because I know what it's like to be stalked by someone. I know what it's like to be attacked, to have your physical property attacked, and also your relationship. That's what these psychopathic narcissists do when they want to gain control. If they can't control you in the physical realm, then they will use magic to try to influence you. But just know that your soul's work is not at fault for this. You doing your soul's work and following your divine calling is not what created this situation for you. What created that situation is a person who is very mentally imbalanced and has control issues, but is now going to experience their karma. And as divine handles that, the most important thing that is coming through with this reading is for you to nurture yourself, nurture your energy, and ask for clarity in how you see your home life, your finances, and your relationship, so that you make the best choices for you and for those that you love. Okay? All right, I'm gonna pull a Shaman's Dream Oracle. Thank you, Divine. What message do you have for this beautiful being? I feel like I haven't smiled a lot in this reading. I was so serious though, because I was so intrigued, because I love your energy. Like, what you do is so amazing and so beautiful. And I taught for 17 years, so I love kids too. And it makes me very angry when I realize that people are mistreating children, you know. So I admire what you do so much. Really. Okay, you've got two. You've got three. So let's see which one we'll read. But Horned Cactus, Resourcefulness, that's 29. Okay. Then you got 59, Wailing Tree, Reconciliations. And Magician's Sword, Confidence in Your Magic. That is number 37. Confidence in Your Magic. That's the one. Look, it looks like Ace of Wands. That's the one. All right, so number 37. And you know, 3 and 7 is a 10. So Divine is saying that a lot of things are coming into a state of completion. Okay? You're going to notice that some things that you've been having to deal with are ending, because it's time for the drama to be over. That may be another thing, is that you're just tired of dealing with some of this pain and suffering, because all you want to do is what you're led to do on this earth in this lifetime. You're answering the call. Okay, but Divine says that you will receive restoration. Magician's Sword. Confidence in your magic. Nothing can stop you. The beauty you seek. When the Magician's Sword appears, you are called to cut the cords that bind you to old thought forms and beliefs, or to friends who are not true. With the power of the Magician's Sword, nothing can stop you, hurt you, or turn you away from the beauty you seek or the goal you desire with all your heart. The sword is a tool, not a weapon, so make sure you wield it wisely and for the greater good. Find the stuck places where you are kept tethered to a toxic person, a particular location, or a faulty thought or belief, and let the blade do its magic. You have a large endowment of magic available to you when you believe in miracles. But don't look to the heavens to grant you a wish. Look within. Use the Magician's Sword to cut through limiting beliefs, and remember that all beliefs are limiting. And focus your intention in order to create what you wish. You have all the tools you need for the task at hand. You need only muster the wherewithal to deploy the resources that you have. When the Magician's Sword appears, it is time to get moving. This is not a tool for contemplation, for gazing at the finely polished edge. It is an instrument calling for decisive action. And remember, the sword is alive, with a wisdom you can summon to help you find the best course of action. Do not hesitate. Act. Okay, so, you know, Divine is saying that your calling is beautiful, and there's no doubt that you need to have regarding what you do for your soul's mission and your soul's work, because you really are a magician. You create change for people who truly need it and who don't have the resources or the knowledge to be able to speak on their own behalf to protect themselves. You bring justice. And the person or people who have treated you unjustly as you've just been doing your soul's work, they will get to know justice very, very well. Because Divine's about to take care of them real good. In a way they will never forget, okay? Trust me, I'm seeing that card that said something's about to explode. I saw something very, and then the hotel room, I saw something very, very vivid in my mind. So they are definitely going to experience justice. Okay. All right, beautiful being. I hope that you enjoyed these messages, and thank you so much for tuning in. I'm so grateful for you. Thank you. And I love you. I wish you peace, joy, and so many blessings. Take care.